Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on HIGHTIDE. It's been a little while since I've done an update on HIGHTIDE. I think a couple weeks or so. But I've talked about them numerous times here on the channel, and just doing an update here. And as you can see, look at that. They are on the NASDAQ, so woohoo for that one. So this one is moving, and it's one of my favorite MJ plays here now. Used to be Freya, which is now Tilray, but I'm really liking the looks and feel and the business of HIGHTIDE. So again, this used to be HITIF, and then I think it went to HITID, and now it's just HITI, HIGHTIDE. So HIGHTIDE currently at 775. Looks like it started off at 793, dropped. You could have bought the dip there at 776. Actually, looks like it went down to 73. Currently at 75. Here's what it looks like over the last. Well, I can't look at it on here on the last 3 months since it was updated, but here it was listed on the 3rd. It started off at 879, and it's down about $1 since it listed. So if you don't know what this one is, it's a MJ smoking accessory and lifestyle product. Operates through the following segments: wholesale, retail, and corporate. And I love some of their names that they have: Canna Cabana, Kush Bar, Grass City, and CBD City. So a couple of their brands been around since 2009, and I don't think that volume's right. We'll look at it in another place. $348 million market cap. And I don't have any shares of HIGHTIDE in this account. I have a Fidelity account, retirement account that I have some HIGHTIDE in, but I'm going to be watching this one since it is here on Robinhood. I was trying to get away from Robinhood, but since it's on here, I might try to buy a couple shares just to show here on the channel. Again, this is HIGHTIDE, so feel free to pause and go over that there for yourself. We'll go over it a little bit more in depth here in a moment. But here you can kind of see what this one's done over the last year. Could have got into it a year ago to $1.80, $1.75. Looks like it broke the $2 mark here back in November, and it's just been slowly going up since then. $3.08 on up to $7.95, and then pulled back. Hit a high there of $11.82, $11.66, and just been trading kind of flat since then. And so if you have any of HIGHTIDE, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis and how many shares you have. That would be interesting to know, as well as any other favorite MJ plays that you might have. So don't know why this doesn't show the market cap, but we might find it elsewhere. Here we are. So market cap of 385 million, volume of 206,000 shares, and it opened at 792. It hit a high of 792 and a low of 773. So MJ retailer HIGHTIDE to commence trading on the NASDAQ, and this is dated on the 28th, so I'm just going to kind of scroll through here. For those of you that would like to read it, like I said, the ticker changed, and now it's HITI, but this already took place and happened on June 2nd, so not a whole lot of information in there other than an uplisting. Begins trading on the NASDAQ today under the symbol HITI, and this is dated on the 2nd, so I apologize I didn't get this video out on the 2nd. Had some computer problems here for about the last 2 days, and just wasn't aware of this one being uplisted on the 2nd, to tell you the truth there. So but again, HIGHTIDE is a retail-focused MJ company enhanced in the manufacturing and distribution of consumption accessories. The company is the most profitable Canadian retailer of recreational MJ as measured by adjusted EBITDA. And so again, spanning Ontario, Canada, or Ontario, Alberta, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan. Their segment features Canna Cabana, Kush Bar, Meta MJ Company, Meta MJ Supply, and New Leaf MJ Banners. And again, some of their e-commerce. I love these names: Grass City, Smoke Cartel, CBD City, Fab CBD, and its wholesale distribution division under Valiant Distribution. And they also have an industry and investors, which I thought is very cool for this one. Aurora and Tilray are invested into this one, so very good catalyst for this one. And moving on, HIGHTIDE continues organic growth with 2 stores in Alberta, and this just kind of goes over some information about 2 new stores and there is the address. Currently at 87. When I first started looking at this company, I think they had about 80 stores. Year projected goal is 115 stores, and the rate they're going, I have no doubt in my mind that they won't do it. But every time I talk about this one, there's 2 to 3 new stores being opened, and that's a very positive thing for this one. And they are keeping a close eye on the United States, so whenever that happens, this one's just going to take off, I believe, because they're already growing, and they'll probably just be growing even faster once the United States gets through on the federal level. Who knows when that will be, but we'll hope for the best. HIGHTIDE continues to expand with new Calgary store, and this is dated on the 3rd. Again, so just kind of some information, same information. The address, and this is number 88. And so just going to slowly scroll through here for those of you that would like to read that. It's pretty much the same information we already went over. HITID announces elimination of senior secured debt and addition to the AdvisorShares Pure MJ ETF, otherwise as known as YOLO. Those of you that follow my channel closely know that I'm into a lot of different MJ plays, and I try to cover as many as possible, as well as the ETFs. There's quite a few different ETFs. The YOLO is one of them. I got into YOLO a while back. We can go over here and take a look. So YOLO. And I've talked about all these ETFs here on the channel, and as you can see, this one's doing pretty good today, 2105 to 2145. So again, $356 million market cap, plus you in dividend investors, you get a small dividend, which is nice, better than nothing. 52-week low of $10.01 and a high 52-week high of 31.87, so it could have tripled your money on that one. So and it doesn't look like I have any here in this account. I do in a retirement, but looks like I've tried purchasing this one. Looks like 1927, and back in November at 1360, so you can see how much it's went up since then. This one I have, this is MJ. This one I'm not sure what the well, that's showing the same. Here we are, THCX. I've talked about this one as well, and I have 2 shares of that. And the other one, really popular one, is just ticker MJ. But I have Tilray, Canopy. I've talked about all these. This one is ETF MG Alternative Harvest. I've out of all the ETFs, this is probably one that I have the most of, and as you can see, I have 11 shares here at 2806, so I'm a little bit below, so have to go back and check the history when I bought this one, but you can see it gives a dividend as well, so you can see some of my dividends there, and looks like I was buying it back before September, so I think I've had this one in here for a while, and it used to be up to $28, $30 stock there for a while, and then it dropped off with a lot of everything else, but Back to YOLO. So retail focused MJ Corporation enhanced the manufacturing and distribution of consumption accessories, is pleased to announce the company's senior secured lender has converted substantially all of its debt into common shares of the company. Common shares, and feel free to pause and go over the rest, but again, it just kind of talks about their EBITDA, some of the financials, in addition to the HIGHTIDE. Pleased to announce that it has been added to the AdvisorShares Pure YOLO account. So another addition. Here is another ETF that I've talked about, MSOS. And I feel if you're into the MJ plays and wanting to kind of diversify and do a little bit safer, you can get into a lot of these ETFs. So again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just stating my opinion, but I own quite a few shares in all of them. The dividend's nice, and they're a little bit safer play because they're kind of a bundle or a basket, if you will, of sometimes 10 to 12 different MJ plays. But again, this is a little bit more about HIGHTIDE. We kind of already covered that. And over here on bar chart, just another different look at it. Day's low of 771, high 792. And feel free to pause and go over the rest. Moving on over here to Reddit. Is on a fire sale this morning, and the last couple days it's started up and then went down for whatever reason, but I still continue to hold and buy the dips whenever I can. So currently at 775, low of $1.47, high of $13.29, and $318 million market cap. And I'm down 14%, and this is my good mood right now. So this is Coiled Spring waiting to launch. That's what I've always said about this one. Just as they continue to grow, I mean, like I said it every time I look into this one or think about it, they've added 2 to 3 more new stores, and they just it just doesn't stop. So that's a good thing. Looking at this point is to win is making me a millionaire. So just keep buying shares so you don't miss out. And again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, just state my opinion. And you'd have to do your own due diligence and figure out when the best time for you to buy these is. So this is a very basic article, but it's worth remembering. So we won't go into that. Institutional take calculated positions. They do not chase. They do not like unpredictability. Aren't even really trying to catch rockets. But looks like that's about all the, I always like this, ride the wave. And check this out over here on Tip Ranks. I don't really see any, especially MJ plays with these type of rankings. So currently, where did my window go? Currently at 779. And you can see the projected, the percentages in there, but 1655 is the analyst price target on this one. So I thought that was quite amazing, out of 1 rating. So can't beat that. That's pretty much double your money. So, but that is all that I have on HIGHTIDE. So if you have this one, go ahead and list it in the comments along with your cost basis and how many shares you own, and that would be really interesting to know, and that way we can all compare notes. If you have any other information, go ahead and list it in the comments, and if you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and hit that for me, as well as subscribing, and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.